All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 8 of the Jets Nation podcast. I had a discussion with another one of my friends the other day, and they said Jet Stream. They thought I was gonna name the channel Jet Stream because, Jet Stream, and then I do like my reaction clips and stuff. What do we think of that?
And
Is
isn't
that kind
that
of fire?
isn't that like an actual Jets thing? Like, isn't that what they do? Like what they call it when they do the player interviews and stuff? Or is that Jet Fuel
I think that's Jet Fuel.
or Jet something? I don't know. That's kind of
I
cool
don't
though.
know. Right? Like, I don't know. I thought that was a pretty good pitch. I said we're open for ideas and stuff, but I mean, not that Jets Nation's a bad name, but Jets Stream, I don't know. Might be kind of cool. We'll leave it up to the audience. We'll leave it to our now 16 subscribers. Couple
Nice,
clicks. 16.
nice.
Love it. Numbers are going up. Tell you what, not numbers are going up. Our bottom 3 lines.
Great segue.
Thanks. Tough week for your Winnipeg Jets. Obviously, we have our Oilers correspondent Cam Brakel on the podcast. I want to ask how Cam is, but I think I know how he's doing. So let's start with Graeme. I didn't get to watch the first period of the Jets' first Oilers game, thank God. Graeme, what did you think of that first period against the Oilers on Saturday? What did you think of that game in general? Did you watch it?
I looked up to the heavens and I prayed that I would never have to watch anything like that ever.
Yeah. Yeah. Were you guys all watching it together or?
No, they were.
Graham was scared to come to my house and watch it.
Yeah. Well, rightfully so.
I had the rest of the guys over. So.
Wait, didn't we start? We had a 3-game prediction. So didn't we start with the Montreal game?
We started with
Yeah.
Montreal.
I figured we'd just talk about Edmonton right out of the gate here since we got our Oilers correspondent. We could talk about Montreal.
We can start at the start of the week.
Okay. Well, let's see. Montreal on the Wednesday, I think it was 3-2 shootout loss. Scheif, Connor both had a goal and an assist. I thought that game was fucking awesome. I know we lost, but it was a lot of fun to watch. That OT was crazy.
Yeah.
Couple big fights. Lowry took on what's his face there? Jack guy. Yeah. Kind of not a great fight, but a cool fight nonetheless.
That whole sequence
and then
was hilarious. Like if you watch
crazy.
the whole clip as to how it started, like cartoon hit that I think it was like Jaden Struble or something. But like it was literally like he like slipped on a banana and then got crushed into the boards.
Yeah.
And the camera pans to the center of the ice because that's where the puck goes. And then all of a sudden you hear the whistle and this is Jack guy and Lowry squaring off. It was wicked.
It was awesome. Yeah, that was a couple times where Comrie made a huge save and then there was a big hit, and then Comrie made a huge save and then big hit, and the Jack-Eye Lowry fight. So Comrie also played really well that game. He kept us in it. A couple big stops. And that's going to end up being our Heritage Classic too. Big announcement. That's going to be sweet. Great timing by, I guess, whoever leaked it, because after that Montreal game, I'm pretty hyped up for that. Yeah, I think it got leaked beforehand. I don't know if that was an actual official account.
It wasn't supposed to be out.
No, because the Jets waited to post about it for like 5 days after that. So, whoever reported that leak, props to you. Well done, because that was like the day after that Montreal-Winnipeg game, and so kind of rode the momentum after that. Yeah, what did you think of that game against Montreal, Graeme?
Well, I mean, we had differentiating opinions on the first. I thought we actually came out pretty hot. I mean, that was the first game after the closed door meeting, so I expected a good effort. Although those games are always kind of trap games. Like every time there's a closed door meeting, it's either like a shit kicking or you lose it. It's not like, I was surprised that it was a close loss. I would have thought that it would have been either a bad loss or a big win. But I thought for a lot of it, like, we played pretty well. I thought Lowry was electric, first line, doing first line things as they always do. We got to find a way to get him some help. But Comrie played probably his best game of the year, kept us in it in that first period, or that first, like, I don't know, was it maybe like 5 minutes in, 6 minutes in or something? They had like basically back-to-back almost goals that Comrie stole away. One was on Caulfield, the other one was on Carrier or something like that. But either or, Comrie played fantastic. First line played fantastic. Third line, second line, fourth line. Yeah. Still not a fantastic showing. But I guess later on in that Edmonton game, Buffalo game, I thought the fourth line played a lot. I thought the fourth line was basically our second line. But you can go for your thoughts on Montreal game first.
Yeah, I know we had differing opinions on that first period. I didn't think we looked very good the first 12 minutes of the game, and then Comrie big save and Velarde big hit, and then the pace kind of picked up a little bit. Ice started to open up. We kind of found our legs a bit more. I think to your point, like, after a closed door meeting, it's like everyone's like really in their heads about like having a good start. So I think that's like a big factor on it too. Like, I'm sure the boys were probably, I don't know if nervous is the right word, but yeah, and then after that, I thought the game picked up pretty well. We got our legs under us. I still think the better team won in Montreal, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I do think they're faster than us. That Lane Hudson is disgusting. Watching him play is a real treat. Watching him move on the blue line is unbelievable. Like Quinn Hughes-esque, that little kid. I was gonna segue to Quinn Hughes, but I guess we'll save that for later. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, Comrie almost pulled that one out for us. So I mean, if you want to talk about like if the story of all of this is going to be the Jets couldn't survive without Hellebuck, I don't think that's the correct storyline whatsoever, because our goaltending has been keeping us in it quite a bit. I don't know how that Edmonton first period went. I saw those goals. I didn't think any of them were really fuck off breaks. I didn't know if like any of them were really Comrie's fault, but I guess that's a later conversation. But
yeah, I was gonna say, before we get into that, let's ask our Oilers correspondent, so we can try to get on the same level here, how it also feels to lose, because we lost twice this week. You only lost once, which was the day before us in Montreal, that 1-0 loss to the Wild, and I'm pretty sure Wallstedt played in that.
Yeah.
I think I saw a stat that he has 4 or 5 shutouts in his first 14 or 15 career starts, which is like I think he's the first goalie to ever do that, ever, which is, I mean, something. So, and I'm just going to circle it back so I can try to make Breaker feel a little bit worse, is that could have been your goalie, but I'll let you take it from here.
Yeah, I predicted that loss.
You did?
We always have tough games against Minnesota. It's one team we always struggle with. Usually it's like a 6-5 loss or a 5-4 loss. But yeah, I thought like the Oilers played good enough to win that game. It's just they couldn't get it past Wolston.
Yeah.
McDavid, like 3 times, had pucks in the slot and just tried to make that extra pass and just wasn't working. Like, he's just got to shoot that puck. And he even said it after the game against Seattle. He's like, I passed up opportunities last game, so I had a shot first mentality this game, and he had a hat trick. Like, he's just got to take those shots. So tough loss, but like they played well. I'm not gonna discount them on that. And Stewie played good, or no, Stewie played good that game. Pickard played in Seattle, but yeah, it's interesting in Oilerland. I don't know what they're gonna do with the goalies.
Yeah, well, I mean, I guess after that, I think the next games were on the same day. I could be wrong, but that was our 5-1 win versus Buffalo, and you beat Seattle 9-4, or was that?
We played the Thursday. You guys played the Friday.
Oh, okay. Well, Banderas, I guess you can start it off with that for the Jets side of it. What did
Or
you think?
4-1 win against Buffalo?
5-1, I think, or was it 4?
It was 4.
Because the Shifley goal got called back.
Right.
Thanks for bringing that up, because that's another thing I hate those offside callbacks. Those are so fucking annoying. Like, I know it happened to our team, but even if it was the other way around, I don't care. The refs missed the call. I hate how it, like, the play's been going on for a minute, and then you can go back another minute, and it's like that minute of hockey never happened. Like, the refs miss the call all the time. Why is it for offsides that... Sorry, Breaks is upside down.
Tried to flip my camera around.
That's okay. Where was I? Yeah, that drove me crazy. Not that it mattered at all. Comrie played out of his mind again that day. Good for him to get that win. Let's see. What did I have in my notes here? Velarde, Connor, Koepke all had a goal and an assist. Pearson had a goal, which has now put him on our third line, I believe. Don't know about that. Good for him. Happy he scored. My guy. What's that?
I was gonna say he scored against you earlier, but that was Koepke that had back-to-back.
Yeah. I think Koepke's looked really good. That goal that he scored against Buffalo was pretty gross on a nice pass from Barron there. Like you said, that fourth line has been a lot better. I like Koepke. I think he brings the speed. I think he brings that physicality. I think he's been the line driver on that line, actually. I think Barron's been good, but I think Koepke's probably been the best player on that line in the past few games. And then, Velarde and Connor continuing to get it done, first line production. So, I don't know. I guess we can segue into this right away since we're talking about the fourth line and now we're mixing up the lines a little bit. What are you thinking about how the lines are looking now? Because I know our first line has been great. Now we're mixing that up. We're putting Velarde on the second line, Iafallo on the first. Pearson is playing with Nemestikov and Perfetti.
I think
I can only imagine what that line's gonna do.
I mean, I think, or actually, hold on. Before we get into that, we got to give our Oilers correspondent time. Breaks, you got to break down that Seattle game where Oilers erupt for 9. McDavid has a hat trick, and then unfortunately, goal scoring carries over into your next game. But anyway, what did you think about that game?
To be honest, I thought Joey Decord was horrible. Like, did you see that one? I think it was McDavid's third goal. Or it might have been second goal. He shot it from like the corner,
like the shortstop.
It was like along the ice. Like Decord just stood there and like didn't go down. Like it's like he didn't try and save the puck.
Yeah, I think
Joey Decord played horrible.
So you don't think the Oilers played great? You just think Seattle played poorly, or you think just Joey Decord in?
I think just Joey Decord. I think we had a good game. I didn't get to catch all of it. We were actually unfortunately coaching hockey. But I thought they played all right.
Yeah.
Savoy had 2 goals, power play goal and a shorty.
He's actually been pretty good.
Yeah, soon as he got moved up. He got 3 goals in his last 2.
Oh, sorry. You're right. He did have 2 goals. Sorry, I'm looking at the stats here. Yeah, McDavid had 3 goals and an assist. Draisaitl had a goal and 3 assists. Booch had 3 assists. Nuge had 3 assists. Savoy had 2 goals. Ekholm had 2 assists. Henrik had 2 assists. So sorry to interrupt you there. But yeah, Savoy did have 2 goals.
But so I think he looks really good with Draisaitl and Podkolzin because Rostovic's been injured. I think he stays there. Mangiapane's kind of dropped down in the lineup now, so
which is kind of surprising to me. I saw him playing on the 4th the other day.
Yeah, he switches between the 1st and 4th like Sometimes they have Hyman and Nuge with McDavid. Sometimes Nuge will go play with Henrique and someone on the third line, and then they'll put Mangiapane up with David and Hyman.
That's
But
crazy.
I think Roslovic will go there with Hyman and McDavid and Nuge, Mangiapane, and like Thomasak or Henrique on the third line.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's good to have depth, but when Mangiapane's not in the top six, he's not producing. So
Yeah.
is it worth it to have him down there, or I don't know. But the offensive back, we've been scoring, so can't complain.
Yeah,
Something we cannot do.
yeah, would you or do you feel like you're getting a lot of depth scoring, or do you feel like it's your main guys getting it done most nights?
Most nights it's the main guys, but like I know Janmark scored against Seattle. Like I said, Savoy has 3 goals in his last 2. He's playing in the top 6, but that's not a guy that usually scores. Yeah, I like Bouchard got one against Winnipeg there. It was his 60th career. But yeah, there's not much productivity from the D-man this year. Like I'd like to see a little more from them, but you can never complain when you score 15 goals in 2 games. So
Yeah, fair enough. Interesting. So what do you think of like all the line changes and what's going on with that? Like it seems like you guys are playing pretty good hockey the past few games.
yeah, I wouldn't switch it up. I don't
No.
know for sure when Rostovic's timetable is for return. Yeah, until we like lose one or don't score. Obviously, we had that stinker against Minnesota, but if the scoring keeps up, I wouldn't inject him in the lineup too soon. Keep him out, keep him rested, and then once we need something, then we throw him in, change it up. But yeah, I like the lines right now, and
I honestly think that on top of being asked to carry the franchise, I think that night in and night out, they asked McDavid who needs to get going, and then they put that guy on his line. He gets him a couple of points, and then it gives him confidence for the next few games. Like I legitimately think that that's the case. Like
could be.
there's fucking like Pat Maroon was scoring 30 goals with him. They can throw Savoy up there. I'm sure they could throw Janmark up there, and Janmark would be a 20-goal scorer. Like I legitimately think that like he's so good at not only the game but also making other people around him good that like they will literally just put guys with him to give that guy confidence.
Yeah, like
How
it's not hard to play with McDavid. Game easier for everybody around him. What were you gonna say, Anton? There?
Yeah, how do you feel McDavid is looking? Like it's December now, coming right before the Olympics. Like how do you think he is I guess priming up for that tournament?
As a Canadian, I want him to be at top tier peak performance for the Olympics, but he's going to be good in big games no matter what. He's got that compete and that will to win and every bit of skill in this world. So he's always going to be good in those big games. So
yeah. Drysdale will be on Team Germany, right? There will be a Team Germany at the Olympics this year. There always is. Yeah. Okay.
There's quite
that'll
a few
be exciting
good
to see.
players on that team.
Well, him and Stützle, obviously, and then
I think there's a defenseman, a German defenseman too in the NHL.
Maurice Seider.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
I was thinking of like Zub. I think Zub's a
Artem Zub
German too. Artem Zub, right? Yeah.
Oh, in Ottawa.
I don't know why he was coming to mind, but I just know that guy's German. Anyways, so do you? I guess this like
here, quick.
Go ahead.
I just looked up the Team Germany like projected. So they got Draisaitl, they got JJ Peterka, they got Lucas Reichel, they got Nico Sturm, Tim Stützle, Maurice Seider. Artem Zub is not listed on here, so maybe he's not German. But yeah, they have a few forwards like JJ Peterka is really good. Lucas Reichel's all right.
Okay.
But yeah.
I don't know if we want to table this for after the Oilers Jets conversation, but Breaks, all signs are pointing to this is the moment where the Oilers go on their 20-game win streak. Do you think that's the case? It seems like it.
I don't know. Like they have Buffalo and Detroit this week, Tuesday, Thursday, which I think those are two winnable games. And then they got Toronto on Saturday for Hockey Night in Canada. We always struggle with Toronto, but they're getting better. Toronto's playing better now. And then we kind of go on a run with Montreal, Pittsburgh, Boston, Minnesota, which isn't a hard stretch, but like there is a couple of the Minnesota Montreal game, and then Vegas, Calgary, Winnipeg, Boston. So like I wouldn't put it past them to win out in December because that's just what they like to do. But
Yeah.
also they have hard games like Toronto, Montreal, Minnesota, Vegas, and then the Jets are going to come hunt in on the 29th there, especially because the Jets are at home, so they're
Yeah.
going to want their revenge. So that'll be another tough.
Is that Buffalo game at home for you guys, or is that an away game?
Buffalo, Detroit are both at home, and then Toronto.
Okay, so you'll win that Buffalo game because to segue back to the Jets here, it seemed like Buffalo in our barn seemed like a completely different team than the Buffalo from the last game when they were. And I know like they said that on the broadcast too that like Buffalo is just generally a really good home team, but that looked like a completely different team against Buffalo on the Friday there. Like
Yeah.
we kind of had our way with them a little bit. They seemed a lot slower, whereas that 5-1 game, I mean, they were skating circles around us. We don't need to go back that far. I don't want to talk about that game ever again. But yeah, I did my rant about Buffalo Jets. Graham, what did you think of that game?
I mean, that's what I expected when we went to Buffalo.
Yeah.
So, kind of like you mentioned, I don't know if it was as much us playing well compared to Buffalo not playing good.
Yeah.
However, it was very nice to see a different line chip in on the score sheet. That Pearson goal, I wouldn't say fluky, but if you remember it, it was just a very odd choice by Alex Tuck. Like he
Yeah.
came up to the blue line, tried making a move, and then it got swatted to Barron. Barron just bumped it up into it. It was basically a 2-on-0. So it was
Yeah.
kind of just a weird play, but still, I mean, right time, right area for Pearson. And then that Kepke goal was really nice on the pass from Barron. So both of those were good to see. First line always seems to be in there, which is our saving grace. But obviously, like one of our, I mean, yeah, I mean, I would say our best game of the week. I did think that we played well in Montreal, but I mean, yeah, it was a really good turnaround compared to what we saw in Buffalo a week before. So,
Yeah. 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 Just looking at that Pearson goal again, I mean, that could have gone wrong very quickly too. Like it seemed like we had we had three guys up high too.
yeah,
Pearson essentially like shot the zone already, and so that could have
yeah,
gone wrong very quickly. So just to kudos to you on mentioning that because yeah, that was a pretty fluky goal. But yeah, definitely our best game of the week. Definitely like one we really needed. I think that Montreal game was obviously really important too. But it was also really important to them because I think Montreal had sort of been on a skid like us as well, and I kind of had a rough few games, and so that was just going to be a tough one to win. But yeah, I don't know. I guess we can move on to the Oilers game. Um, so I had a Christmas dinner that I had to go to, and I was really hoping to get out of there at a reasonable hour so I could get back in front of my monitor and watch the first period. And I check my phone like 15 minutes after 9 and it's 4-0 already. I'm like, okay, well, that's probably a good one to miss. I watched the highlights, and like I said, it didn't seem like anything the goalies could have really done. It just seemed like the Oilers just took it to us, and then like, was it just like complete domination that period? I mean, the shots were like 20-7 after the first two
The
periods, I think,
game
too. Like,
the game was over with 5 minutes left in the first, like literally.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
the fact that that game finished 6-2 is like that's honestly like give props to the Jets. Which
yeah,
is crazy to say, but yeah, like it was not even close. Edmonton came out swinging. Jets were on their heels right from the get-go. I mean, can you blame Comrie for the first four? Not really, but I mean, again, it's probably a similar situation, like I mentioned, where maybe Hallebuck stops two of those.
yeah.
But yeah, just a brutal, brutal, brutal showing. Especially, which is just weird after playing a good Buffalo game. But yeah, like I didn't turn it off. I watched the entirety of the game, but I was ready to turn it off literally halfway through the first. Like it wasn't even bad. And then, I mean, you'd think there's not much to unpack because it like the second and third period, Edmonton just completely took their foot off the gas, and the Jets still like weren't even really close. Um, I mean, towards the end of the game, Scheifele actually, funny enough, had a goal called back again. And then there's a really nice goal from the first line. Kepke scored again, but I mean, it was similarly to the your post from Chris Paul cuts the lead down to 42 with a huge just it was not close at all. And I think the telltale sign of like something is coming soon change wise to the Jets is that we had a Lowry Taves Perfetti line out there,
Yeah.
which I'm pretty sure they're acting as our second line. So I mean, I don't even know what that's about. Velarde
Talk
was that
about just saying like, all right,
a
this game is
blender,
done. Let's let the kids out to play. Like, fuck,
blender.
anyone can go. Like,
And then Velarde moves to the second line. Connor had a shift with, I think, Nemestikov and Perfetti as well. And then Arniel came back to the senses, put him back on the first line. They scored a beautiful goal at the end of the game. But it's it's maybe because it's my team and I watch them so close, but like I don't know if I've ever seen a team like this be this desperate for secondary scoring, which is
Yeah.
so crazy because last year we were as deep as humanly possible, 1 to 4 lines, and we were getting scoring from everybody. And I
yeah,
mean, like, yes, we changed, Ehlers is gone, Appleton's gone. We bring in Kepke, Pearson, but it's like we almost can't, like, we couldn't pay someone to let us score on them. Oh, it's just
yeah,
ugh, a
yeah.
very interesting scene.
Yeah, I guess that's what happens when you let a guy like Appleton go, leading a point getter in the playoffs for us. Like, terrible joke. That was it. It was good that we gave up on him. Yeah, I think we're really missing Ehlers. What I was gonna say is that do you think like we should have held our closed door meeting for this game? Like, do you think this was worse than the Buffalo outing, or was it just like no breaks?
No,
I don't think so. I think the Oilers just came with fire in their veins,
Came to
and
fucking play. Yeah.
like they just got a couple early, and then they just didn't look back. Like
well,
from what it sounds like, Buffalo kind of dominated them all game, but like it was a bad first period for the Jets. I thought it got a bit better throughout the game. Also, McDavid and Draisaitl, their top guys weren't playing. Like their two leading time on ice players. Can you guys guess the Oilers' two leading time on ice players in that game?
they forward or D?
D.
In that game?
Yeah.
Ekholm.
Yeah, I don't.
Oh, no. I know exactly who it is. I know one of them. It's that Regula.
Yeah. Alex Regula and Darnell Nurse. They were the only two players with over 20 minutes of time.
I was going to ask you about that because I've never noticed that guy before, but then they did a little segment on him. He's been apparently playing well for you guys the last few games, but I don't know where he came
He's
from.
been better. He came over. Stan Bowman drafted him in Chicago. He came over from Chicago this year.
Oh, okay.
He's a big defenseman. Like, I think he's like 6'6" or 6'7".
Damn.
But yeah.
He reminds me of like Slater Cuckoo when he played for you guys. But to go back to answer your question, I think there's a big difference losing 6-2 to the Oilers to 5-1 to Buffalo, and a lot of it is just like Buffalo is a bottom of the barrel team, Edmonton is a top team. So yes, we lost by the same amount of goals, but like it was a terrible showing from the Jets, but losing to Edmonton like that comes nowhere near losing to Buffalo like that.
Yeah. Well, I guess if we want to make an excuse for ourselves again, I mean, we play the night before and then we're on a plane to Edmonton to play a late 9 p.m. game in a barn that's really difficult against a team that's really difficult. So, I mean, I guess kind of a shitty schedule again. Not that we should have got this shit kicked out of us like we did. But breaks, what did you think of the game?
First goal was just rebound. Like, McDavid had a good shot. Rebound to was it Hyman or Nuge?
I think it was
Nuge. Or
I could be wrong. I think it could be wrong. I thought it was Hyman, but
hold on, I'll watch it over.
It was Nuge.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was Nuge. So like that's like a kind of whatever play. Like you can't really blame that on anyone. The Draisaitl breakaway. Yeah, the D were kind of spread out and it kind of gave him a lane.
Yeah.
Pass.
Pionk was just, I feel like, out of position there. Like, it was kind of weird.
Both D were out wide. And,
yeah.
Like, if one D's out wide, you got to have that second D in the middle.
Yeah.
But,
I guess,
the
like, watching
goal was... Sorry, go ahead.
I guess watching that goal over right now, like, kind of a bad play from Sandberg. He tried to put one on net, and then your defenseman just blocked it like it was a pass and then passed it up to Draisaitl, and Pionk was like both the defensemen were just caught. Yeah. And Scheifele almost scored. Scheifele almost scored like not too long before that, actually, or maybe not almost scored, but he had a good opportunity. So, anyways, just to put that into context.
I think the Bouchard goal was just like unlucky. Comrie kind of slipped when he like went out to challenge. Like he was moving over and then kind of came out and just kind of slipped. Left Bouchard wide open net. He's gonna put it on net. So like
there was
top of circles.
I think Comrie won a goalie interference on that. Like I think it was kind of
no one was in the crease, and there was a little bit of contact, but no one was in the crease. He was sliding out, and then he kind of slipped and slid into Hyman.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think that was a lucky goal from the Oilers with Comrie slipping, but Lazar was just point blank in the slot on Milic because Milic started the second.
Yeah.
2 minutes in, so he wasn't warm. Like that's hard on a goalie. And then the third period was kind of just a throwaway.
Basically.
Yeah. I mean, I guess on that fourth goal too, like just to bring it back to your point, Graham, if Hellebuck's in net, we probably get saved on like a couple of goals like that, because that's like a shot from like almost the boards on that fourth goal, and it's a rebound right in front. And then I don't know, maybe the Devo one. I don't know how you don't like let a rebound like that out, but maybe Hellebuck like gets a stick on it and leads it to the corner or something like that. I don't know. I feel like Hellebuck typically plays pretty well against the Oilers, so I think that's one game in particular where we were really missing him and needed our superstar goaltender to defend against a guy like McDavid and Draisaitl, but to make up excuses. But yeah. Seemed like we had a good third period though, when it really mattered most.
I mean, yeah, like that first line goal was nice. Scheifele had a goal called back, which was also a wicked shot, and then Kepke pops on, which was good. but still, like, yeah, like there was no energy. Like it, like it literally, to me, it felt like the game was over after the first.
Yeah. Yeah. So now to go to this question, because we were mixing up the lines and stuff. I think we've made it very clear what we want from the lines. Like we want, well, at least I want Lambert on that second line, and that's, I mean, pretty much it. Get Pearson out of there. Move Taves to the fourth. Well, I don't know. What do you do you think the solution is mixing up our first line? Do you think we need to put Velarde on the second, or Connor on the second and Velarde on the third, or like, I don't know. What do you think of all the line changes going on after this game? It seems like we're just saying fuck it, and like we're hitting the panic button now, and we're just like hoping for anything to like, and that never works ever. I mean, we've seen it like 5 years ago with Maurice and Wheeler and stuff. Like we'd be playing decent hockey, and then we'd mix up the lines for a game, and nobody's got any chem, and we just get dominated. It's like, oh, okay, so that's not working. Well, let's mix it up again, and it's like mixing up to see if something clicks for one game and hope that we get lucky when there's like no strategy there whatsoever about how we're orchestrating our lines. Like that never works. And so I guess to answer my own question, that's sort of how I feel about it. But
there's the only like shitty thing about that is that there's implications. Like, I mean, I think it would be an outlandish thing to do, but I mean, in the state we're in, like we kind of need a spark. We sent down like a full line to the Moose, and the Moose are now playing awesome because of it. But like, we'd have to, I don't know exactly what our roster would be at, but we'd probably either have to waiver a forward or two, or we need someone to go to IR. But like, why not bring up Chibrikov, Parker Ford, and Lambert? Stick up your second line, give them 7 games, and then let your third line be Nemestikov, Perfetti, Lowry, and then go Taves, Kepke, Pearson, or Taves, Kepke, Barron on the fourth. And then if that young line doesn't do anything, then obviously, change it up again. But I don't know, bring in a spark, bring up some younger players, try Colby Barlow. I saw Salmonson was taken out of the lineup the other day for Shen too, which, I mean, that's a different conversation, but
yeah, because that's the piece we've been missing is Luke Shen. That's going to help us get offense and make our team just so much better. Like, that's exactly what we need right now is that guy back. I don't know. It seems like we're doing everything else except the obvious answer, which is give our young guys some time to play in the lineup. And I don't understand why we won't do it. And I feel like it's so annoying because I want to talk about literally anything else on this podcast, but it's just been such a story for our season this year is like,
I think for Chevy and Arneal, I think it's optics. Like for them, like I mean, again, well, funny enough, we can kind of segue it into that radio segment at NCJOB, but like what I was listening to when they were on there, it's like everybody's complaining about like the free agent signings and about how Nyquist doesn't have a goal in 100 NHL games, or Pearson has been meh, or Kepke's been meh, which obviously both of them have kind of turned it around the last 2 games. But I mean, for a guy like Chevy, who has done a lot of good things for the team, although doesn't have a great track record of signing guys, like the reason he signed them and gave them $3 million, 1.5 up to $7 million for Taves just to show up to work, which is crazy, but that's another conversation. I think if he either waives those guys, sits those guys to play young guns, that's basically them giving up on the season. I feel like that's the way that they look at it, is that if we're already 30 games into the season sitting the guys that we just signed, then they're giving up. And I don't think I think that they think that's the wrong thing to do and that fans will get upset, but I would disagree.
It makes absolutely no sense because you look at like, I guess these guys are a bit older, but like, Dallas wouldn't have gotten the stud with Wyatt Johnston if they didn't throw him into the lineup. You look at like Seth Jarvis's upbringing. If they didn't put him on the fourth line for 7 games, or
Yeah.
sorry, on the first line for 7 games, then he wouldn't be the player he is. Like, I'm sure they would, the Jets would make the case that like, oh, we've given these guys opportunities and stuff. But again, to keep repeating myself, it's like, yeah, you've given these guys 2 games and then sent them down to the Moose for the next bit. Like, you have to give them more than that and let them get used to NHL hockey and get their footing and their hands like used to the NHL. Like,
Yeah.
to go back to your CJOB thing, I've been thinking a lot about that because like, great question. Well done. Couple clicks for you. I did think it was a good answer though, in that like he said that, you know, our track record has been really good and hitting or missing, like hitting is pretty hard to come by on most draft picks and stuff. But he's like, his main point was like, you know, the guys are there in the next 5 years, like the Jagger and Barlow and Lambert and whoever, like we have all these prospects that in the next 5 years, like these guys will be there. And I sort of disagree with that in that, like, yeah, I guess they will be there, but they won't be nearly as good if we don't give them playing time in the NHL. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know how good that team is going to be in 5 years if all they know is AHL hockey. Like, I don't know. I
And
don't
you
really
never,
know exactly where I'm going with that, but
you never know. Like Lambert gets pissed off and goes and signs somewhere else in free agency. Like
Yeah.
you never know. Like it's just hard to be like, hey, yeah, in 5 years we're gonna be good. But it's like these guys won't want to play in the minors for 5 years if they think that
Yeah.
they're good enough to play in the NHL
yeah,
in 2 years. Like I don't know.
yeah, no, exactly. It just the thought process, I don't understand what they're thinking over there. I think it's exactly what you said, Graham. It just, that to me makes 0 sense. Like,
Well, and
every other team in the league throws, when they get good prospects, they might keep them in the minors for like a year or 2 or 3, but they'll then throw them in the lineup and give them their shot and give them like plenty of time. And then if it doesn't work, that like, then why are we throwing Logan Stanley in for 50 games of the year and giving him this opportunity and hoping that he's like, it's the same thing, but we should be doing with these other prospects what we're doing with him. Like, I don't know.
well,
Anyways,
and I think like similar to that answer that Post and Campoy just had, it's like I agree is that like our hits in the first 5-6 years in the franchise is like unheard of. Like
yeah,
hitting on Morrissey, Connor, Scheifele, like if you want Truba, because he was great for the long time. But it's, and then like saying now, it's like, I don't think that we missed on the prospects. It's hard to draft. Like they'll be good in 5 years. It's like, man, look at like some of the other teams in the league that have drafted really well a while ago, and they're still drafting really well, and their guys are still getting into the NHL and producing. And
yeah,
it seems like that whole run is stopped for us, where it's like with Montreal, you know, they drafted Caulfield, and I was going to say Suzuki, but he was actually a Vegas draft pick and got traded, which was hilarious. I saw a clip of him playing in Vegas the other day, which was the craziest thing ever. But, you know, you think of things like that where it's like they drafted Caulfield, they drafted whatever it is, Arbor Jackeye, and then, you know, now in the
They
last,
didn't draft him.
they didn't draft Jackeye?
No, I'm pretty sure he was just a free agent signing, undrafted free agent. He was
Oh.
working at he was working at Costco before he came into the league.
Okay, well, I know at least they drafted that Florian Jackeye's brother. But
Yeah,
anyway, you know, now they've drafted Lane Hudson recently. They drafted that Oliver Kapanen, who's playing well as a rookie. Or, you know, you look at Dallas, they drafted Rupe Hintz, Jason Robertson, and then in the last few years, they've drafted Wyatt Johnson. They drafted that big Liam Bichelle on defense. You know, like all these teams are still drafting players, and they're getting into the lineup, and they're heavy, heavy cup contender teams, you know?
exactly. Yeah,
So anyway,
yeah. I don't know. Yeah. If we want to bring another perspective in, I mean, maybe it's like the Scheifele thing, because I know he didn't play for like the first 5 years either. And so maybe we just think like that's the blueprint now for like all of our prospects, is that all of them need to go through the 5 years in the AHL to make it up and like be truly NHL ready. But I think,
But look at Perfetti. It's only been 2 or 3 years with Perfetti, and they're
yeah,
trying to push him into that second line, first line power play guy. Why not do
yeah,
that with others?
yeah. I don't know. I don't understand. I don't get it. Especially at a time like this where we need something, anything, any sort of spark,
Anything that's not the first line.
pretty much. Yeah. Or Cole Koepke.
Or Cole Koepke, probably.
Or Cole Koepke. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much all I have on the Jets. I mean, I
Tons of
thought,
news
yeah,
around the league that we should
news
probably
around the
hit on.
league.
Yeah, there's like
Yeah,
Olympics, World Juniors, Quinn Hughes, um, like that quote Morgan Geekie had today on Chicklets.
I got one last thing to say about the Jets, and then we'll go to that. We sent Milic back down, and we picked up this new kid now. I saw an interview today. He's like super grateful to be called up, and he's like, it's a dream come true and stuff like that. I don't know why did we send Milic back down and bringing this guy up just to like give different prospects
I
a chance?
I heard they wanted to give both young guys a chance, and is it Divasevic?
I think so.
I
Yeah.
think it's pronounced like DeVicentis or something.
DeVincentis.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's been with the Moose for a couple years. Like
Yeah, it's been him and
been there.
Milic down there for a while.
Well, Milic is pretty new, but
I'm pretty
he's
sure
been there.
Milic's in his second year there.
Is it?
I'm pretty sure.
Okay. But yeah, I know that name just from like watching the Moose and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like, my brother had a buddy that played on the Moose a few years ago. So, but yeah, like I think it's a great opportunity for him and for them to look at both young guys, like
Mm-hmm.
because obviously you're gonna need someone. Like I don't know if you bring back Comrie or how long his contract is or whatnot, but if you have a guy down there that's NHL caliber, then why not give him a shot and see what he can
Yeah.
do?
Yeah.
So
Totally.
I like that move. Milic is
Yeah, I
still
don't.
young. You don't have to rush goalies. A lot of
Yeah.
goalies don't come out for a few years. But yeah, I like that move by the Jets.
Yeah, 100%. In terms of that, I have no problem with that. I was just curious about who this kid was and stuff, because yeah, obviously like Hellebuck's finally skating again and stuff. No timetable on when he'll return, but obviously when he does, we'll just go back to Hellebuck, Comrie, and so for goalies, like yeah, give these Milic and the other guy a couple chances on the in net. That makes DeVincentis or whatever his name is. That's yeah, I don't hate that. But anyways, that's the last bit of Jets news I had. Let's move on to league talk. I'm gonna go somewhere. I'll be right back. But I know Breaks, you got some stuff you want to talk about.
Sure. Just a quick hitter. Biz kind of he was on a podcast, Bruce Boudreau and Jeff Merrick, and
Bruce
he made
and Jeff Merrick have a podcast together.
yeah.
That's
So he like they're just kind of talking about how the ice is going to be like whatever, the 4.5 feet smaller and 3 feet skinnier or whatever.
they're shrinking the neutral zone.
Yeah,
I think is what it is.
yeah, and so Biz was talking about Tom Wilson playing, just like the physicality and all that stuff. So he made a point that he wasn't going to watch the Olympics and he was going to root for USA if Tom Wilson wasn't on the Olympic roster.
Biz said that?
Yeah, which I thought was kind of funny. So
he very well could be, man. Like, I mean, he's
if
the
you
top
want that
scorer in
grit,
Washington.
you want that grit, like the kind of power forward, like why not bring him? But I just think there's too much talent up front.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, again, there's so many decisions that have to be made with that team. Shifley, Wilson, Suzuki, Bedard, Celebrini, Schaefer. Like, I'm super interested to see where they go, but I could very well see Tom Wilson getting in on that team just for not only as physicality, knowing he'll have to play. I think the Tkachuk brothers. I think Matthew will be back for that.
Should be, yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, that'll be super fun regardless, but I guess all of it really actually depends if the fucking rink is even ready, which
They
apparently is
said it's supposed to
up in
be
the
3
air.
days. It's supposed to be 3 days before the first game. It's supposed to be ready.
That's insane.
So, what's his name? Phil Daly.
Yeah.
I saw he said if the ice isn't safe for them to play, the NHL players aren't going.
Yeah.
I don't know what kind of wrench that would throw in, but that'd be interesting for a week before to be like, yeah, no NHL players are going to be there. So
I mean, I don't blame them. Like, I mean, you don't want them going there, and yeah, you don't want them injuring themselves or, something catastrophic happening because it's not ready, and then that impacts the ratings, the reviews, the money, everything for the NHL season. So I think it's just so weird, and like similarly, I don't know if it was Witt or if it was Biz on Chicklets, but like they had the thought, which I think would be kind of crazy, but like, why not do the Olympics games in North America?
in North America,
like the hockey games in North America,
yeah.
and then everything else, whatever, keep it in Italy. But it's like I'm sure that they'll still get a lot of sales and tickets and blah 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 blah
100%.
out there. But like it would be pandemonium if they did that in North America. Like, could you imagine like in Toronto or Edmonton or Vancouver, like something like that with the Olympics hockey? That would be so cool.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, we were just doing
we
some.
were just talking about Tom Wilson. We were just talking about Tom Wilson in the Olympics because Biz said he wasn't going to watch and root for USA if Tom Wilson's not on the roster. And then we went into the rink being small and Bill Daly saying that if the rink isn't safe for NHLers, then they're not going to go. So we were just talking about how interesting that would be. Like a week before, say the ice isn't ready or the ice isn't safe, then does the NHL just say they're not going, and the hockey teams have to find completely new rosters? Well, Canada, US, but a lot of the European teams will have their other pro leagues to play from.
Yeah.
I think it came out today though that like the NHL is like not gonna they want it to be like an NHL sized rink and not any smaller or whatever.
Yeah.
Why is this like
an issue?
Why is this such an issue? Yeah.
like you mean why is it an issue for them building the rink, or why is it an issue for the NHL?
Why is it an issue for them building the rink? Like, and why is it like, what do you mean it's going to be smaller? And then what do you mean it's now going to be NHL size? Isn't it always just Olympic size? Like, they have a plan for this, no? Like, why is this such a big problem?
Yeah, I don't know. Like, there's certain dimensions that like NHL rinks are compared to Olympic size compared to this, and so like I don't know if the engineers like just got the sizing wrong, or
I think it's gonna be 4 feet shorter and 3 feet narrower.
Yeah, like it's super weird. But I don't know how it like.
Usually Olympic size rinks are wider and longer.
Yeah, but
yeah,
it's like,
exactly.
why, like, how did it even become an issue? Like, why not like, is it that difficult just to build the right size rink? Like, it doesn't make much sense to me. But
do you think that they'll host the hockey here in North America, or like
no? We
Yeah.
just about that. It'd be super cool, but no.
Yeah, because I know Biz brought that up on Chicklets. That would just make way more sense from like not only a logistical standpoint, but from a marketing standpoint and stuff. Like for the players not having to go all the way over there. It's not like they're going to the opening ceremonies or doing anything cool there anyways. So probably most of them would not even want to go.
I think like if anything, they would just do like a somewhat close European country with like a sizable venue if it's not ready. Like NHL players go, they just go somewhat close-ish to Italy with the hockey.
Yeah. Okay. Do you think there's
Keeping
any
it on,
chance that it doesn't happen?
NHL
I
players
don't
don't.
think so. I don't think
No.
so, but
Yeah.
the report came out. They were talking about it, but yeah, I don't think they would do that. But keeping it on the Olympics, did you guys hear the Morgan Geekie interview on Circles today?
No, but I
I
saw
skipped over it.
somebody
It was
make a.
really good. Yeah, they were asking him like, "What are your thoughts? Like, do you think you should make the Olympic team and all that?" So, he was pretty humble about it. He's like stats wise this year, I guess so, but like he's like I haven't been talked about making that team. Like, it's not like in my realm kind of thing. He's like if I don't make that team, I'm gonna be just like a fan. He's looking at the rosters as like a fan. He's like I'm gonna be just as excited to watch it on the couch at home as I would be to
Yeah.
play in it. Like, so
It's cool.
who knows? Like I know Bill Armstrong was talking um about Morgan Geekie and saying like praising him how good he's been this year, and but he was also talking about Bennington, and he was saying like you can't just take this year's stats and resume into consideration. He's like you got to look at a full resume. Like
Yeah.
you don't know, like, yeah, Bennington's had a bad season, but like he's always stepping up in those big games. And is it him or is it the team or what is it? Like you can't factor in off one season. So he kind of talked about Logan Thompson and Bennington, and then he's like, I don't really want to throw names out there, but it looks like those two are going to be the two competing for the starting job. So
Yeah.
as they should be.
Totally.
So, but that's my Olympic talk. So if you guys have anything else to add, then you ever?
No. Sorry, did you have something, Ram?
I was just gonna say I would like to switch the conversation to the Fitzy quote from Quinn Hughes talking about Tom Fitzgerald, the
Oh.
Devils GM.
Okay, before we get to that, I'll just say at dinner last night, I like actually sat we got to talking about it and I actually sat down and like filled out my like Team Canada roster like line by line what I hope it's going to be. I think maybe not next pod, but maybe the one after or something, like right before the lineups are actually coming out, we'll actually like all three of us should do like what we think it's gonna be, actually fill it out, and then we'll throw up some graphics on socials or something like that. Yeah, do actual projected lines. But my team looks pretty good, guys. I don't know. Yeah, go ahead, Graeme. Fitzy, Quinn Hughes.
Yeah, so I mean, I think it's kind of throwing everybody up in arms. Also, I think because Elliot was kind of joking about it, how everybody's thinking because he's calling the Devils his GM by his nickname, it means he's already over there. Although another thing that Elliot did kind of mention, he's like, I mean, no one really knows. No one's really talked to him about it. His agent probably knows, but it's like, what if he doesn't want to go to the Devils? What if he doesn't want to go play with his brothers? What if he wants to go somewhere else? What if he wants to stay in Vancouver? I think it's just so up in the air, but it's just because all these rumors have been swirling that, he wants to play with his brothers one day. Is that, now it's almost like he's as good as gone from Vancouver, and then him calling the Devils GM his nickname basically is like, yeah, he's gone. He's gone.
That's so funny.
But, I mean, I'd be very like, I don't know. Do you guys think that there's a chance he gets traded this year before the deadline? Do you think that it would be a next year thing?
That would be fucking crazy.
It would be a lot bigger. It would be a lot bigger of a trade if he did it at the deadline this year.
If he did not, or if he did.
If he went at the deadline this year,
I
feel like they would get a lot more for him.
Yeah,
I agree. Well, how long is he on contract for?
I think he's up after this year.
Okay, I thought maybe he had one more year. But I mean, regardless, that's obviously a guy you can't let walk.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah, that would be batshit
That
crazy because
cripples your
that's a
franchise.
franchise player right there.
Yeah.
Players like him do not come every day. That's your captain. That's your guy. Like, I'm shocked he would even want to go anywhere after being named captain. And like, I think he does like love that franchise and loves that team and likes being there. I'm sure he's just sick of losing. But
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, I can't believe
if I
like
was him and I could get whatever it is, 12, 13, 14 million and go play with my brothers for the rest of my career, I would go do that. That's sick.
yeah, and I wouldn't blame him for losing faith in Vancouver, obviously. Like, they're in a bad position. They're
Yeah.
in that Buffalo area where, like, they don't know whether they're rebuilding or going after it every single year now. And so, I mean, yeah, I would not blame him at all if you wanted to go somewhere else. But, like, fuck, I hope the Jets put something on him. Like, dude, the player, like, he's the second best defenseman in the league. He's unbelievable. Who's not gonna want that guy on their team? Like, well, I'll get to. We can talk about Jets getting him speculation later, but let's talk about actual real. Like, I know Detroit was kind of in there because that's where he's from, and so he might go home there. Detroit, New Jersey. What are some other teams in talks? Philly. They're saying Philly, straight up Quinn Hughes for Mitchkov. Is that right?
There's
No.
no way Vancouver would do that.
No, I don't think so either.
Like, I heard
Jersey.
Simon Nemec, like I think he was second or third overall, a defenseman, and 2 firsts and a forward for Quinn Hughes, which would be
Holy
insane.
shit.
Like, the forward would be kind of just for cap space.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you're mostly getting Nemec and 2 firsts, which like you never see those trades really in the NHL.
Yeah.
A lot of the times you see like either a sign and trade, which are usually big, or just players leaving free agency.
Yeah.
So
No, that's like the Oilers trading McDavid. Like, it's that big in my opinion. Like,
Yeah.
crazy.
I
That's
mean,
why, like,
I don't think you can get enough for McDavid to trade him. Like to unless someone's taking on like Darnell Nurse and McDavid, and then you're getting back like 2 young studs and like 2 firsts. Like it's like even if McDavid was making 15 mil, it's like you're not gonna take the Mitch Marner into effect. Like, okay, you trade a 100-point player, you bring in Michelli, Waugh, and someone else to replace those 100 points. You don't have that guy, that one guy. So it's like it's hard to replace those guys. But if Quinn Hughes isn't gonna stay, then you gotta get something for him, and like Nemec at 2 firsts would be a good return.
yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what they were sort of saying. Like, does it make sense for New Jersey to do that? Like, why would they even do that? You know, they have Luke Hughes, who they just signed to a $9 million deal, and that's supposed to be your offensive defenseman, your first power play guy. They have Nemec already too, but like what I don't know. I guess, but what do you mean Quinn Hughes can't fit into your lineup? Like, yeah, okay, then you have Quinn Hughes on your first power play and Luke Hughes on your second power play. Like, you'll figure it out. If there's a guy like Quinn Hughes in the market, like, you just go after him.
If Quinn Hughes comes, then Dougie Hamilton's
yeah.
What if
he's on a 9 ticket?
What if they traded Quinn Hughes for Jack Hughes and Luke Hughes and just we blew the world apart?
I
love
feel like
love that for Vancouver.
I feel like Quinn would say no to that then, because that would be counterintuitive.
But are players notified of what's in the trade, or is it just where they're going? Like, what happens if Fitzgerald or whoever it was just like, hey, Quinn, we made a deal for you to go to New Jersey. You know, once you get over there, they'll take care of it. We wish you all the best. He's like, okay, sweet. Calls his brother, and he's just like, dude, I just got traded to Vancouver. What the hell? You know?
Yeah, I feel like that would probably not be smart on New Jersey's part, because then when his contract ends at the end of the season, he's gone. He's leaving. So you've got him for your one playoff run. and then he's
No,
leaving because
I
you've
just looked.
completely
I just
screwed
looked.
him
He's in
over.
year 5 of 6 of his deal.
Year 5
Okay.
of what?
Of 6. So he's this year, next year.
Yeah, okay, that's what I thought.
Okay, but
And he's making
regardless,
what?
that's a
10 and a half, 11?
7.8, 7.85.
oh my god, steal! Holy
Yeah.
shit, that's crazy.
Talk
That's
about
almost
a
as good as the
bargain.
JMO deal.
Talk about a bargain.
That's crazy.
Okay, to be crazy now, do you think JMO 1-for-1 for Quinn Hughes?
Not a chance.
You think someone takes that? No.
No.
How old is JMO? 28, 29?
Yeah,
Yeah,
think
he's
so.
up there.
Is Quinn Hughes?
He's
He's like
26.
20. Oh my god. Yeah, so that wouldn't be smart. I mean, that wouldn't really be smart. Well, I guess Winnipeg would win that trade, but that wouldn't really be smart for them either. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, JMO's 30.
Stupid question. JMO's 30.
Yeah, his deal's done when he's 33.
Crazy. If that guy moves out of Vancouver, that's poor Vancouver, man. Holy shit.
Honestly, I wouldn't even be surprised. Like, you remember last year, I think me and Breaks were coaching when that Rantanen trade happened. I would not be shocked to see, like, something wild just come through the airwaves at a random moment with, like, hardly any background. You know, it's just like the Vancouver Canucks are trading Quinn Hughes to the New Jersey Devils. More details to follow.
Yeah.
It's just a Frank Saraman-Sketty bomb.
Yeah. Oh, that's wild. I don't have anything league related to talk about. I saw the World Juniors lineup got finalized the other day, right?
One thing, league news. You see Logan Cooley. I didn't see the injury, but they said he's out indefinitely with a lower body injury.
I thought he hit the post, like he crashed into the post.
Oh, did he?
The other day, yeah.
I just saw a report today that he's out indefinitely with lower body injury, so that's obviously going to hurt the Mammoths.
Yeah.
Oh shit, that sucks. Hate to see that. Fuck yeah. Nice.
Other than that, like just some standings. Like St. Louis is kind of climbing. They're 2 points out of a playoff spot. They're tied with the Jets.
I know.
They do have 2 games in hand on the Jets. Or the Jets have 2 games in hand on them. Sorry, they have 30. You have 28. That's
I never put in when I asked that question, like, oh, do you see St. Louis or Toronto making a push? I never put in my prediction. But if you were to ask me a couple weeks ago, I would say St. Louis would be the more likely out of the two to make a push, and I could see them making a run for it here. I think Toronto's done, but I mean, St. Louis has pretty much the same makeup, and like they've done it before, and they're not like that in deep. They're the same as us right now, so that's just exactly what we need in the Central is another team coming up in the standings. But
Maple Leafs won 2-0 tonight. They are definitely climbing.
Yeah, they've been playing pretty well over the last 4 or 5 games.
They beat Tampa, so Tampa's still at 34 points. Tampa and Toronto are tied, both with 34 points. That Atlantic division is so tight. Tampa's leading with 34. Boston has 34. Toronto will now have 34. Montreal will have 33. Detroit will have 33. Florida will have 30. And then it kind of drops off. Well, Ottawa has 30, and then Buffalo's 26. So, like, that division is so tight.
Yeah.
I'm going to say Toronto will make the playoffs.
Yeah? You think they'll make it?
They're tied for first in their division now.
They have 32 points. If they won tonight, they have 32 points.
They have 34. Oh, that game must have already been in. Okay, well, they're 2 points out of that.
Crazy.
But, like, the leader of the Atlantic is 34 points. Like, Boston and Tampa both have 34. The 2 wildcard teams both have 34. Like,
yeah,
crazy.
I mean, I could easily see Boston dropping off and then Toronto coming up and taking their spot in the top 3 there for sure.
Or Florida when they get healthy.
Yeah. Or Florida when they get healthy. Yeah. We'll see. I don't know. I will say the one glimmer of hope for the Jets is if we can sneak into a playoff spot and get Anaheim in the first round.
Oh, that's what I want for Edmonton. Is Edmonton to sit in the wild card spot, get Anaheim with no playoff experience, and then get the Kings in the second round, who literally can't beat the Oilers in the playoffs. And then, dear God, hopefully we don't have to play Colorado in the Western Conference Final. But
Yeah.
I think you guys will be fine regardless. You'll be back in the Western Conference Final.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's what every team in the West is hoping for, though, is that they get Anaheim in the first round, which, I mean, I don't even know why I'm hoping for that. They drummed us the last time we played them, so I don't know. But yeah. Do we have anything else league related, or should we move? I was going to say the projected lines for World Juniors came out, I think. Or
yeah,
it was the final lineup, I think, for World Juniors came out.
I think it's just like training camp. Training camp rosters came out, so then they have like the projected lineup, but nothing's
okay.
finalized yet. Like I know college, they played last weekend and they have a break through Christmas, so
Okay.
Do you know that Celebrini and Bedard are still eligible?
yeah.
Is Bedard?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Oh
Bedard's
my god.
No, Bedard
I
might.
think
Bedard's
Bedard's
I think
out.
Bedard's
Celebrini is
yeah.
the last, right? Yeah.
I
Yeah.
thought
I saw
Bedard
that.
was 20.
Oh,
Isn't it U21?
It might be under 20.
Yeah.
I can't remember. I'm pretty sure he's out though. I think so. Yeah, but Celebrini is eligible, which is
Dude,
crazy.
I saw a graphic of like all the eligible NHL Canadian forwards right now for World Juniors, and it
Yeah.
literally it would be the most dominant World Junior team in the history of anything ever, I think. Like it was
Yeah.
ridiculous. Hold on. I'll see if I can find it while you guys are talking about it.
Well,
I think I
because
saw it.
I think I saw that too, and that's why I know Bedard wasn't one of them, because it was like Celebrini, Misa. I
Ooh,
can't remember
Misa,
the other
full-time
ones.
It's like McKenna, Misa, Celebrini.
Yeah.
That Seneke was in there.
Yeah, Seneke.
Yeah, I bet
Seneke
it's
was in
Seneke.
there.
Obviously,
know,
I guess Leo Carlson would still be eligible,
but that'd
not
be
for
for
Team
Sweden.
Canada, but yeah, for Sweden. What's
Do you have this pre camp projected lineup?
do I?
Yeah,
No, I was just bringing it up.
I might here.
I have like their pre camp projected lineup. If you want me to read it
Okay.
off.
Sure.
So
Yeah, I mean,
first line
go ahead.
McKenna, Misa, and Porter Martone. Like I
Yeah.
think that's just a given. Like those three are locks.
Yeah.
Michael Haig, Jake O'Brien, and TJ Ginla. I know TJ Ginla is a very, very good hockey player and drafted 6th overall for a reason. He was injured last World Juniors, that's why he didn't play. And then Cole Renshie, I don't know that name very well.
Reshny, I think.
Or Reshny. This
Yeah.
Caleb Denoyers from Utah.
Yeah.
I know he's a really reliable centerman. And then
Yeah.
Pete Martin also played on Nashville's first line for a few games this year.
Yeah.
Jet Luchenko, I know he's a skilled forward. I don't know a whole ton about Braden Coots or Cole Bowden. That Carter Bear, he's really good apparently.
Mm-hmm.
And that Sam O'Reilly that the Oilers traded for Isaac Howard are listed. Like Carter Bear and Sam O'Reilly are listed as the extra forwards. Sam O'Reilly plays for Dale Hunter in London. Which like he kills penalties. He plays defensive zone snap or defensive zone face-offs and shit. He plays all that. So maybe he comes in on the fourth line. I don't know if you guys know any of those names or not. Have any input?
Yeah, I know I know Misa, Coots, McKenna, Iginla, Bear, Lushenko, Reshny, Porter Martone, Caleb Denoy, and Brady Martin. There's only about 3 or 4 I don't. But there's a couple, 2 big names on the back end. There's that Zane Perrick and then that Kayshawn Atchison, who went, I think, to the Islanders.
Yeah, he's like the biggest hitter I've ever seen. In like this new day and age. Like he's like Scott Stevens.
Yeah.
Like it's crazy. That Keaton Verhoff is supposed to be like unbelievable. He played I think in the OHL last year, and then he went to UND this year. He's projected to almost go over McKenna in the draft next year.
Really?
They're Bob Stauffer said he's the best Western Canadian defenseman to come into the league in 25 years. Better than like those like Duncan Keith, Cale Makar. He's gonna be the best defenseman in the league. Like
That's crazy.
I don't know. He's not drafted yet, but apparently he's unbelievable. And then
So, who?
they
What's
have
his name?
Keaton Verhoff.
He's a
Okay.
defenseman.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I know the Zane Breck and Atchison, but the other three I don't know. So
Interesting. Yeah, I don't know. For me personally, like that's the reason I love World Juniors is because I have no idea who basically any of these guys are, and so this is like our chance to watch them. And so
yeah.
I usually just get to know them as the tournament goes on. But
Mhm.
I know like last year a big storyline was like the guys we brought to camp and then actually selected for the team were terrible.
Well,
So
Seneke got cut last year.
Seneke got cut.
Zane Breck got cut last year. TJ
TJ.
Ginla was hurt. Poor Michael Misa got cut last year.
Yeah.
Martone played. But yeah, like there was some massive names left off the roster
Yeah.
last year.
And I guess another guy who would be eligible that's not going to play is Easton Cohen too. Just talking about that team from last year. Just came to mind because he was
That's
kind of the
stupid.
storyline last year.
That's stupid. Was it a penalty shot or a shootout or?
It was that
It hurt my brain.
shootout move.
Yeah, but anyways, my question for you guys was, do you guys think that this is a better lineup in the training camp than last year already? Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's a better coach, better lineup. I think they have a really good chance of going far in this tournament. And they got Czechia who beat them first game. So hopefully they put a shit kick into Czechia first game.
Yeah.
And then just ride the momentum through the tournament.
So I get like, I guess this would just be speculation, but why do you guys think like it was so like messed up last year? Because it's the same people choosing the team in the training camp this year, or does it change every year? No? Yeah?
No,
it changes
so
every year.
their coach, it's always like you get like a coach GM like contract, and it's usually like 2-year contracts. So the last 2 years we lost to Czechia. It's been the same coach, same GM, and he was horrible. But they got that Dale Hunter. So he's a proven coach, coaches the London Knights, has for years. So I have full belief in him that he'll have the best lineup possible and won't make any of those stupid choices. But
So we're the heavy favorites this year?
just looking at the U.S. team, like Hagens is listed as their first line center.
Yeah,
Cole Iserman is good. They got that Will Horkoff.
They've got Cole Hudson, Wayne's brother, on the back
Oh
end.
yeah, he was nasty last year.
Yeah,
interesting. Okay.
Yeah, like I don't see any eye-popping names. I'm kind of same boat as you, Anton. Like I kind of watch this tournament to get to know these guys. I don't watch a lot of the CHL and NCAA.
Yeah.
But
okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, I'm super excited for that. Obviously, that's like my favorite time of the year is watching World Juniors hockey. Like I know there's going to be a World Juniors game on at the same time as the Jets game. There always is on New Year's Eve, and I'm probably going to be locked into the World Juniors just because I always am. Like it's just so much fun to watch. It's so competitive. The boys care so much, and so yeah, I'm super pumped for it. But yeah. Does anyone have anything else hockey related left? I know if no one has anything hockey related left, then we can do our predictions for the week, and then I think we can just wrap up the pod after that.
Sounds good.
Want to do that?
Yeah.
Okay, well, looking ahead at the Jets calendar, tomorrow, Tuesday, the December 9th, we have Dallas at Winnipeg. Thursday, we have Boston at Winnipeg. Saturday, we have Washington at Winnipeg. And then Monday, we have Ottawa at Winnipeg. So a little 4-game homestand for the boys before we go on the road to St. Louis. Graeme, where do you think we go in our next 4?
I want to be king optimistic. I'm going to say 4-0. 4-0. Although my true prediction is 2-2. I'm boots on the ground at the game tomorrow. I've got my best seats of the season tomorrow. I was very lucky how I got the tickets, so I'll be at the game
Oh, yeah.
tomorrow. So I really hope that we win.
Nice.
I want to say 4-0, but I'm going to say 2-2.
Okay, sounds good. So
I think
who do you think
we win Dallas, lose to Boston, we beat the Capitals, we lose to Ottawa.
Interesting. I have it opposite.
Wow.
I think you guys lose to Dallas, beat Boston, lose to Washington, and beat Ottawa.
I mean, doesn't matter how. I'll take 2 wins. I'd like 4, but I'll take 2 wins.
Okay. Well, look at me being Mr. Optimistic. 3-1. Our one loss will be Dallas. The next 3 we win.
Fair.
I think we can all agree we're gonna lose to Dallas on Tuesday.
No. I'm boots
Oh,
on the
sorry. You have a win there. Okay.
Okay. I've got a good track record. They're gonna win.
Okay. Love it. What's the Oilers schedule looking like, Breaks? Let's do Oilers too.
All right, we got Buffalo tomorrow, Detroit Thursday, and then
Buffalo tomorrow.
Toronto Saturday. I'm going off on a limb and going 3-0. I'm going 3-0. I'm going shit kicking tomorrow against Buffalo because they rumped us like 5-1 or something.
I'm gonna say 3-0.
Yeah, I think I'm with you.
Detroit, I think we win at home, and then Toronto on the road will be hard, but I think I'm with you.
I'll take you one step further and say you go 17-0 in your next 17. First in the league. Davo's gonna take over McKinnon's reigning point lead. It's gonna be it's your time. It's your time. They're all gonna be drummings too. Like more 9-4 games.
Me and Luke have the Oilers bandwagon form if you guys ever want to hop on.
No,
I'm not there yet.
Yet.
I don't know if I ever will be. Maybe in another lifetime, but I'm gonna still ride with my shitty ass Jets team right now.
If they play Florida again for the 3rd time in a row, I'll root for the Oilers.
Sounds good.
I won't.
Fair.
All right. Okay, thanks, boys. Always a pleasure. Till next week. All right,
deuces.